Welcome to the Maximum Edge Sports Wagering Show. My name is John Santucci. Call me Tooch. I got Anthony with me here today. We're going to be talking college football. Anthony, how's it going?
Great, man. It's going great. So, first game we're going to talk about is Wake Forest and Clemson. All right. Tooch, are you there?
Right on. Yep, I'm here. I had a little malfunction there for a second. First game, Wake Forest, number 10, Wake Forest at Clemson. I see it's Wake Forest plus 3.5 now. This morning was at 4.5. So looks like folks are jumping on Wake Forest over under 57.5. Now it's 56.5. Lots of line movement today. Does that tell you anything today about this game?
This is a very tough game. Very tough game. Wake Forest, we all know we got a very high explosive offense and always finds a way to cover the game no matter what the spread is. Favored, dog, it doesn't matter. In Clemson, it's got to be the most disappointing team of the year by far. Their quarterback not performing, their whole offense just not performing. Defense has been solid as usual, but when you got no one to score points, there's nothing you can do. Defense can't do everything. So this is a very, very tough game for me to stay away personally because Wake Forest's defense is not good whatsoever. And I don't know if Wake Forest could even score on this Clemson defense that much. So it really comes down to how good is Wake Forest defense and how bad is Clemson's offense. So if Clemson can score maybe about 20-some points, which is a stretch for that offense, they might be able to win this. Now the spread, I'm not sure. I don't know. This is a very, very tough game. This is a big, big stay away from me.
Yeah, you've got a really good offense versus a really good defense. And then you have a really bad defense against a really bad offense. Kind of balances itself out. Is it which defense is better or which offense is better today? I don't know. Wake Forest, that offense is really good. They just outscore Clemson.
Clemson's defense has been good all year. They have championship quality defense, which is a shame because the whole offense is shit in reality. Clemson, their offense is just awful. But Wake Forest, their defense is bad. They rely on shootouts. So their offense has to be good to win shootouts. So, if I had to pick, you had to pick my arm. I would lean Wake Forest plus 3.5 because this team just figures out how to cover. As in Clemson, I don't trust. You can't trust them.
Yeah, I'll tell you. If you look inside the numbers, Wake Forest 5-5 against the spread. Clemson 2-8 against the spread. But home, they're 5-0 against the spread. They're very good at home. Of course, Wake Forest on the road 3-1, but that their record is 9-1. So Wake Forest 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 against Clemson, and Clemson in their last 11 games are just 2-9 against the spread. Wake Forest 0-10 straight up in their last 10 games when playing on the road against Clemson. Of course, the Clemson team's different in the past than this one. Like you said, the Clemson offense, not very good. Defense still up there on par. Here's a good stat too. This is something I didn't know. Clemson are 20-0 straight up their last 20 games at home. So 20-game home winning streak. It's just a question of whether that 20-game streak might be on the line today if Wake Forest pulls off the upset. As far as the over/under, total's gone over in 5 of Wake Forest's last 6. Yep. And under 9 of Clemson's last 13 games. The over/under seems a little bit high to me. I would lean under here just because I think, Clemson's at home. They're a defensive team. If they slow down the Wake Forest offense enough, I think the total might stay under. If they can't stop the Wake Forest offense, then it's gonna look ugly.
It's not a good betting game at all.
Yeah, it is not a good betting game. It's a stay away for us, both side and total. But we got some Big Ten action, and the top two teams in the Big Ten are going head to head in Columbus, Ohio. Michigan State at Ohio State. Michigan State getting 18.5 now. It was 19 this morning, so a little line movement there. Over under 69.5 at the States. That line total opened at 67 and minus 20 initially for Ohio State. Michigan State and Ohio State both 9-1 sitting there. Michigan State 7-1-2 against the spread. Ohio State not bad either, 5-4-1 against the spread. Ohio State at home 5-1 against the spread. Michigan State has been a good road team too. They're 4-1 on the road against the spread. Initially, I would lean Michigan State, getting all these points in what is a Big Ten battle. Your thoughts on the 3-touchdown spread?
I just think this line is just too high. I mean, I do believe Ohio State will have a double-digit lead, definitely. I just don't. Number one, I don't see Ohio State losing. Number two, I do believe Ohio State will have a double-digit lead. They're that good at home. This Michigan State's very good, but they're not quite over that hump yet. So this is going to be a battle for sure. It's going to get personal. These players, it's going to be everything that you imagine in a game, in a tough game, because they both need this game. They both they're both one-loss teams. So the loser of this loses their chance to be in the conference playoff finals. As an Ohio State's number 4 team in the country, Michigan State number 7. If Michigan State wins this game, well, guess what? There's a very, very good chance they're number 4 or even number 5. Ohio State, they win today. They got to play Michigan. I think it's next week. And then they have the conference championship. From here on out, Ohio State, Michigan State, and Michigan is going to be a phenomenal matchups. But in this game, I think Ohio State does take the cover. I would prefer the 17 line, but the over is my favorite play in this game.
Yeah, one key difference between these two teams is defense. One defense is clearly better than the other. They both have pretty good offense. Ohio State is the top offense in college football, number 1 overall. Michigan State offense, not bad at 22nd overall, but the Michigan State defense ranked 112th. So not really known for defense and stopping teams. They have played in some, high-scoring games. They're well balanced on offense, though. Michigan State running and passing, and we all know how explosive Ohio State's offense is. I think you're right on with Ohio State. Their defense is just a notch above Michigan State. They got the home crowd. I would lean Ohio State here, but like I said, Ohio State in the first half of the season they had problems covering the spread. Again, I think you're right about both these teams could score really good offenses. So the over, that's the sharp play. All right, and we got some AAC action coming up here with SMU at Cincinnati. Number 24 SMU, number 5 Cincinnati. So this game arguably is for, I don't know. They're not playing for first place in that conference. Cincinnati 10-0, it's got locked up, but SMU 8-2. What do you think? What's your thoughts on SMU at Cincinnati? Cincinnati, a different team at home.
Cincinnati could easily cover the spread at any point. This SMU team has surprised everybody. And, it's going to be another shootout. It's going to be a great game. This is another phenomenal matchup at this time of high stakes. SMU trying to get as far as they can in the win total. And Cincinnati has to win out just to have a chance for the conference playoffs, which I don't believe they deserve it. They haven't played anybody quality in weeks, and they're struggling versus these really struggling teams. I mean, I'm leaning SMU plus 10. This team is just too good to get blown out. Nothing has shown me Cincinnati can cover a spread, especially in the past weeks. I'm all over SMU. Not big. I'm not betting it, but my lean is on SMU to cover the spread.
Yeah, past performance as an indicator these few weeks, Cincinnati has not been a good covering team. In fact, their last 5 games, they are 1-4 against the spread. That SMU offense, number 6 in the country. Their defense is okay, ranked 86, but the Cincinnati defense, we all know how good it is, number 12 in the country. Cincinnati offense hasn't been that great. That's probably the reason why they've struggled covering spreads. The offense ranked number 56 overall. On the road, though, SMU 1-4 against the spread, which is a little bit concerning. 61% of the bets are on SMU. 67% of the money is on SMU today. So people liking what you're thinking. Total's gone over in 4 of Southern Methodist's last 5 games when playing as an underdog, but the total has gone under in 5 of Cincinnati's last 5 games against SMU. These teams together play to the under. Any thoughts on the total?
I would lean under. I think this total is way too high. The only reason it's high is because SMU likes to score a lot of points. They're not going to score as many points as they have been all season. Cincinnati's got a really good defense. It's going to be a grinded out type game, but this is going to go way under. I think this total really, really inflated.
Yeah, I think so too. I would lean under as well. I actually think that's a pretty good play. 65.5 is a lot of points, especially with a defense like Cincinnati in a conference game. I would lean under as well. What do you say we head over to the Big 12, where number 11 Baylor, 1-point road dog at Kansas State, the Wildcats, a home favorite, over under of 50. This line opened at -1.5 and 50.5, so it really has pretty much stayed right around where it's at. Baylor 8-2, Kansas State 7-3. So both these teams having pretty good seasons. 6-3 against the spread, 6-3-1 for Kansas State, and 7-3 against the spread for Baylor. So Baylor has been pretty good at covering the spread. They are 4-1 against the spread their last 5 games, and Kansas State also pretty good, 4-1-1 against the spread their last 6. What are your thoughts on the side Baylor, Kansas State before we get into the total?
So I feel like the bookmaker wants you to take Baylor. They just came off a big win at Oklahoma. Kansas State has been the surprise team all year. They've been blowing people out. They're large spreads. No one really talks about Kansas State. I can't tell you one time ESPN even spoke about Kansas State. I think this is the Kansas State game. The smart play is on Kansas State. That's the sharp play. The public play is on Baylor, but I'm going to go with the home team. Again, I'm not betting this game. This is just a lean. I love Baylor. I've been riding Baylor all year and making a ton of money, but I think it's time to get off that bandwagon and hop on Kansas State.
Yeah, I agree with you. The sharp play is Kansas State at home. At home, where they're 4-2 against the spread. Baylor on the road, 1-3 against the spread. I'm right there with you. Baylor has a really good offense, number 20th in the country. Their defense isn't bad either, at number 46. However, Kansas State has a really good defense too, number 31 in the country. This is going to be a grind. I do not see this game going over. This to me seems like a battle in the trenches, a low-scoring game. I would take the under. What are your thoughts on the total?
A field goal game.
Yeah.
I'm on the under as well, which I'm right there with you. My lean is on the under. I think we're going to see a lot of field goals in this game, a lot of punts, fumbles. I mean, it's going to be an ugly. If you like those run the ball type games, punt, it's that type of game. I don't see a shootout. I don't see a bigger than a 7-point lead. It's going to be tight throughout the whole game. Final results for it too.
Probably not what you want for your late afternoon entertainment. But if you're looking for maybe a really good game later tonight, and head over to the Pac-12, where Oregon, number 3 team, getting 3 points on the road at number 23 Utah. This line opened at -1. Utah, and over under 60.5, so a little bit of line movement there. Oregon 9-1. They've been squeaking by, though. They're 4-6 against the spread. Away, though, they played pretty well. Remember that big victory they got in Columbus against Ohio State. They're 3-1 against the spread on the road. Utah 7-3, 4-6 against the spread. At home, they're 2-2 against the spread. Over under is 8-2 in Utah's games. What are your thoughts on Oregon at Utah? Oregon, I'm not even sure they should be the number 3 team overall, but hey, that's where they're sitting. And Utah sitting at number 23, so we got a battle of 2 ranked teams. Might be a pretty good game late tonight.
I think this line is just way wrong. I think this is exactly what the bookmaker wants you to do. They want you to take Utah. And no, I agree with you 1,000%, Tooch. No way Oregon deserves to be number 3 in the country. That is an insult to all the teams right behind them. I mean, Ohio State could be number 3. Even Michigan could be number 4. I mean, Oregon, come on. Who have they really played besides Ohio State? Definitely don't belong number 3. I do like them in this game. Everybody likes Utah because they've been blowing the past couple teams out. But who have they really played? This is by far their toughest opponent. Oregon is going to cover the spread, even win this game. I'm not sold on this Utah team. I know 2 weeks ago I was talking to you about the Stanford game. I said I'm not sold on. Yeah, they blew out Stanford, but who does Stanford really have? I mean, Utah couldn't even cover a 24-point spread versus Arizona. And who did Arizona play yesterday? Washington State? Well, guess what? They blew out Arizona. What makes you think Utah is going to beat Oregon? Give me Oregon +3. This is the dog of the day.
Oh, we got a dog of the day. All right, here we go. All right. The dog of the day today is Oregon +3. And I do have one home team has won the last 3 in this series. This could be a little turn in that tide, though. So dog of the day, 3, Oregon +3, number 3, Oregon +3. What do you say we give out a free play? All right, free play, Michigan, Ohio State over. And then with our dog of the day, you got Oregon +3. See how those turn out. We'll be back here tomorrow talking NFL, recapping Saturday college football action. Look for some previews from Anthony, myself, and other folks who appear on the show, giving you little single game capsules on Twitter if you follow all of us on Twitter. Anthony, tomorrow we'll see you same time, 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
And I'm the team captain. He's the preview, and I'm the main attraction.
Unstoppable, unconquerable, on top of the world, accomplishing the impossible. Unstoppable, unconquerable, on top of the world, accomplishing the impossible.
Invincible hustle, mighty desire to conspire, to transpire.